Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well out there. We have got a jam-packed show for you today, so sit back, relax and enjoy this. And if you're new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please go ahead and hit that like button on the video. So we got the breaking news yesterday. Antony will not be returning back to Manchester United after his international duty whilst he's away at Brazil. Antony's going to stay in Brazil and try and sort out the mess that's been created by this case, by these allegations that have been made against him by his ex-girlfriend of assault and violence against her. Now, these are serious allegations and Antony did need to stay back and sort these out. And this news did not come as a surprise to many people. Everyone knew that Antony was facing these serious allegations and he was going to get involved in this. And the moment Antony went on Brazilian TV and gave that interview over the weekend, you knew Manchester United will have to let him be and let him stay away from the club and deal with this matter whilst he's away in Brazil. So we got the statement from Manchester United confirming that Antony will not be returning and he'll be allowed to stay away in Brazil and deal with his case. And we also got a short statement from Antony as well saying that he's innocent and he will prove himself innocent and he will fight against all the allegations made against him. Now, initially when Antony gave his interview on Brazilian TV on these cases and allegations, we thought it was a really bad idea. Why would Antony be allowed to do this? But having now looked at the way the case is being played out by both sides, the allegations being put forward by Antony's ex-girlfriends are being put on social media, are being put on live TV. So Antony has to deal with it in the same way. So Antony, of course, has to go into the public eye and do these interviews. This is not the same way a case would be kind of dealt with in the UK, but this is Brazil and clearly they have a style where the case is being heard in the public eye. All allegations are being made openly and reacted to by Antony in the public, on social media, on TV, and that's the way we guess it's going to be handled. And if that is the case, and that is going to happen, I think it's ideal for Antony to stay away from the club and deal with this from within Brazil. What we must all remember, whether we're a fan of Manchester United or not, is that we do not have all the facts and we do not have all the evidence at hand to look through and decide upon the case and decide whether Antony is guilty or not guilty. That is not our position and we cannot come out in either way and say that he's not guilty or he's guilty. You just have to allow the legal system within Brazil to deal with this case and allegations and see what comes of it. We hope that obviously everything does get resolved, and as Manchester United fans, we hope that Antony can clear his name and comes back to Manchester United. If the allegations and evidence against Antony prove him guilty, well then he has to suffer the consequences of his actions, and that is it. We cannot sit here and say he's guilty or not guilty. We're just going to have to wait and see. Hopefully it resolves and hopefully everyone is satisfied with the outcome. But in the absence of Antony, whilst he's dealing with this case, Manchester United have got a big question as to who fills that role in the right wing position, and this is what's been debated by many fans and many people out there as to what is going to happen to Manchester United and the right wing position. Who takes up that position? And Ten Hag for sure will be sat there deciding right now as to who plays in that right wing position. Which one of the players will be best suited to play there? We do have some out and out right wingers at the club that Ten Hag could actually choose from. We've got Sancho and we've got Pelestri as the two right wingers left at Manchester United. Now we all know what's going on with Sancho and his statement that he made last Sunday after the Arsenal game, which essentially rules him out for being picked as the replacement for Antony going forward. Sancho is definitely going to face some kind of punishment, some kind of sanction from the club and Ten Hag for his actions. Clearly, Sancho will be probably regretting that now. He'd probably think, why the hell did I put that statement out there? Unless something really crazy happens between Ten Hag and Sancho in the meeting scheduled for this week between the two, we very much doubt Ten Hag will choose Sancho as a replacement for Antony, but clearly people around him have not told him to take that statement down. It's still pinned on his Twitter account, which means that he has it at the top of his account and everyone can see it. And it's because of this Ten Hag will not go easy on Sancho. He is showing clear disrespect towards his manager and club. No players should be allowed to get away with such kind of behaviour. We like Sancho. We think he's actually a good player and we feel that he hasn't actually been given a proper run in the games. He deserves at least a 10-game run, good or bad, to see what he can offer. But putting out a statement against the manager will not help him get that run. So the only other right wing option left is Pellistri for Manchester United and Ten Hag. Does Ten Hag opt for Pellistri? We're not quite sure. What we've seen with Ten Hag is that he generally does not play young players and he doesn't trust them as much as he should, and that's probably why Pellistri might not be playing as the replacement for Antony. Ten Hag might actually opt to play someone like Bruno on the right wing. Let us know what you think. Who do you think should be playing in the right wing position for Manchester United? Should it be Pellistri? Should it be even Sancho? Or should it be someone like Bruno? We feel that Bruno will be wasted playing on that right wing. His best position is in the middle of the pitch, and that's where he can do most of his damage. So playing him out on the right wing, we don't feel will bring the best out of Bruno. Drop your comments below as to who you think should be playing in that right wing position. Would love to hear from you. And by the way, whilst you're at it, please hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can keep on top of all the Manchester United news and opinion. For us, it's quite simple. We feel that Kundo Pellistri needs to be given his chance and his shot under these circumstances. Clearly, Antony's not available. Clearly, Sancho will get sanctioned and he will be out for some time. And these are exactly the circumstances in which Pellistri will be thinking that he will get that position and he'll get a run in on these games and be able to show what he is made of, and hopefully he can bring something to the table. If Ten Hag doesn't choose Pellistri, then it's very likely that he will end up choosing either Bruno or Mount to play on that right wing. However, we feel that he should start with Pellistri and see how he gets on. Give him a couple of games and see if he's actually good enough. And if it's too much for Pellistri, that is when he should look towards Bruno or Mount to fill that position. But right now, we feel that he should actually go with Pellistri and see what he can do and what he can offer. And if it doesn't work, at least he's got a second option. If he goes with Bruno or Mount to begin with, that's going to be really difficult. If that doesn't work, then he has to go to Pellistri later on, and that's not going to fill Pellistri with a lot of confidence knowing that he played Mount or Bruno ahead of him in that position. Now, the question many people and fans are asking is, how long is Antony going to be away from the club? But this is a very difficult question to answer. We don't know. How long is the case going to last? It could last a couple of weeks. It could last a couple of months. It could last a year or two. You don't know what's going to happen with this case. It depends on the allegations. It depends on the accusers. And it depends what the Brazilian authorities feel about the allegations and case being made. What we do know is Antony's ex-girlfriend, his main accuser, who accused him of these allegations sometime in June, is not going to go away. She's in fact said that she wants to make an example of Antony and wants to make sure justice is served. And in that case, we could see Antony out for a long time, maybe months. And this is why Ten Hag will have to find a decent replacement in that position going forward. It's a real shame that this has happened at the time it's happened, because Antony actually started looking good in the last two games. Unfortunately, these allegations are that serious that he must take time out and deal with them. He cannot just simply continue playing football and allow these allegations to be going on in the background. It's just going to cause too much of a distraction for him, and more than likely it'd cause a huge distraction for the players and the club that this is going on in the background. So I think Manchester United have made the right decision at allowing Antony to stay away, stay in his home of Brazil and deal with these allegations. But to remain positive and bring them positive vibes, you've got to accept that Manchester United have got options on that right wing. Manchester United can play different formations, can adapt and play really well. Antony will be missed, but Manchester United have got enough options to cover that position whilst he's absent from the club. And it gives other players a chance to break into the team. Whether it's Pellistri or whether it's Sancho who could fight his way back into the team, who knows? But it does give you options. It gives other players at Manchester United an opportunity to go and fight for that place. If you remember Rashford came in to Manchester United because of injuries to players. That's what happens. You get your opportunity and you have to take that opportunity. We still feel really positive about Manchester United and the squad that they've got this season, and going forward we feel that they're going to do really well this season. They're going to settle down into the style of play and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Watch this space. So whether it's Pellistri playing in that position, or whether it's Bruno or Mount or even Sancho, whoever ends up playing in that right wing position will do a good job for Manchester United. We've also got Amrabat to come into Manchester United. It's going to be a great team to watch and play. I think Amrabat's going to make a huge difference to Manchester United. And then we've got Højlund in strike, who we should see more of, and that is an exciting lineup to watch. We'll have Højlund to watch, we'll have Amrabat to watch, we'll have a great team all round, and I think all the players will gel together and start playing some really good football. And talking about Rasmus Højlund, actually let's finish on a positive note. We saw Højlund in action with his national team Denmark against Finland last night, and they won 1-0 and qualified for the European Championship. But what Højlund did after the game was take a tannoy and give a short speech to all the Danish fans in the stadium, and it was amazing to watch. He's got so much passion and drive, it's amazing to watch. He's going to be one hell of a player for Manchester United. Højlund's got the same characteristics you see in great players, in legends of the game, and to have such a striker at Manchester United is so exciting. He's going to be one hell of a player if he starts firing on all cylinders. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope you are too. We are going to have a top player on our hands, a top striker going forward in the future. If he can stay fit, he is going to be a goal scoring machine. Anyway, hope you liked today's show. Please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. You are watching the Man United Stream, a channel by the fans for the fans.